Hey guys, this is Danny Boy. We are on Benning, still Sentinel, still using the same party members. And this mission was actually rather annoying. I really enjoyed this mission on my Vanguard. Didn't enjoy it so much on the Sentinel. I am still using the Scorpion. I wanted to get more use out of that weapon. But I think it was more just my own stupidity, I guess. I mean, I did things that I shouldn't have done, and it made things slow and kind of boring, to the point that I might actually speed up the end of this video, because I die a couple of times, and I don't know, we'll see. The beginning goes fine. It's once you reach the halfway point that things started getting slow and painful and boring and whatever. But this is, I think, the last mission for a while that I'll really have issues like that.
On my way. Keep me updated.
So I know, it's Benning. Just run. Go left. There's going to be a turret. There's going to be a bunch of guys kind of grouped together. Prepare for that. This is what I basically always do. I just run and flank left. I feel like there's way more cover here. I feel like there's more space to maneuver rather than going right. It's more open when you go right. At least from what I saw, what I've experienced myself. So I hear the turret, I see a guy, and I want to use grenades right here, but yeah, that was bad positioning. This whole angle kind of sucks. And they don't seem to have all spawned yet, even. Not totally sure about that. And the turret wasn't taking damage either, nor did the combat engineer, so I don't know if that was bugs or what, but I threw a grenade and nobody took any damage, and I don't think there's a generator or anything nearby, so just weird all the way around. But I want this engineer to die right now, and there he goes. That way he can't deal with the turret, and I swear, every time Overload hits the cover in front of me, I think a brain cell dies. Just, really annoying. And I am, again, I mentioned this, I'm slowly increasing tech armor, I'm slowly increasing Reeve, and both of them are really just spec to give me more survivability. And eventually the goal was so that I could just be really, really aggressive, like Vanguard aggressive, and just charge into places and with a shotgun or whatever, and really just wreck people, wreck these guys, but not people. Wreck the AI, ooh. I see a guy by himself. Oh, I actually saw two guys, that's why I used a grenade. So I blew one into the stratosphere, and I'll just finish this guy off. Die. I love tapped him. Oh, they're actually more spawning, even. Come on. Get out! There we go. Just what I wanted to see. Did I mention this is Benning? Pretty sure I did. This is an N7 mission. Oh, and that's an example. I talked about this in my last episode. I shot a grenade, but it went through his legs, of course, and it hit the wall behind him. So, upon seeing that, I reacted pretty quickly, and I just threw him, and he got blown up by the grenade. And boom, and yay. That's really, really fun to do, actually. I really enjoy that. Repositioning enemies in that way. It reminds me of throwing the explosive environmental damage things in Mass Effect 2 and hitting enemies with it. There are actually quite a number of guys over there. Lift grenade is really awesome. Grenades are really awesome in this game. Just in general. Excuse me. So this is where things started getting irritating, which sucks because this is just the first few minutes of the video. I think I might shorten things down a little bit as well. But it's just civilians need to wait. And I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do this. On my Vanguard, I kind of just ran through the different... I am positioning my party members to cover my flank, but I just ran through and took out enemies as they approached. And I was easily able to just charge them and take them out in these close quarters, catch them alone. and it wasn't a problem, but here it was more of an issue. And you'll see, right now it's fine, but later I think I just get outflanked or something. It's really easy to get outflanked here. Enemies spawn everywhere, and it's very easy for them to spawn behind you, and I kind of break my rule of just staying in these prefab houses, and I just venture out. And that's what eventually takes me down, I believe. Used a few too many grenades there. Didn't need to use 4 on a Centurion. Right here, maybe, is where it starts. You know, I see a guy out here, and I generally never do this. I don't think I've ever done this before, actually. I'm now caught outside of the houses, and so now there's another guy. And there's yet another guy, and now there's a grenade. And there's just too many guys, and I actually got hit by that grenade. And it hurt me, and I'm now being hit by behind. You see, I'm just getting outflanked. What's happening is they're spawning behind me. They're spawning behind me, and they're also spawning up near that prefab area, and yet another guy who just spawned. They're dropping down from that higher area, that upper area you might be able to see, that I can't go, and then I just die. I just got outflanked. You know, they were just spawning all around me, and I got outflanked. Unfortunate, but it happens.
Reinforcements are here. Try to stay calm.
And that frustrated me, so I need to beat some civilians. So now I'm going to try a new strategy that I've never really tried before, and I regret the decision. It does ultimately work, but it's very slow and a bit boring, to the point that I might wind up just speeding up things. And that was actually really close. There's a grenade behind me. I'm almost dead. What is going on here? I'm facing 2 assault troopers and nearly dying because of it. I'm moving over here. I'm moving into this area. It seemed really defensible at the time, and it is. But it is low ground. This area is low ground, and that is a problem. It makes it very easy for them to hit you with grenades, and you're also kind of far away from ammo. I mean, there's cover you can run between, but still, that was pretty cool. I did not realize there were 3 guys all right there. That amused me. So this definitely takes a while. The rest of the video is basically just me hunkering down here and killing enemies as they stream in. And they actually spawn in that house. You see that Centurion where he is? They actually spawn in there. And I didn't realize that. I'll be realizing that later. I don't die anymore though. It was really slow. It took a long time. They don't cluster together for the most part. They just spread out, and they take cover, and they flank you that way. And they use the high ground, and they throw grenades on you. If I was a Vanguard, it wouldn't matter, because I could just charge in between them and just take cover inside the houses and whatever. But I'm a Sentinel. I don't have that luxury. I do have the stronger shields, but it's also a little bit harder to get grenades on these guys at this range. The grenades have perfect accuracy, but they do have a little bit of a travel time, a little delay before they hit an opponent. They're not hit scan. And it's easy for them to just kind of move just a little tiny bit and then avoid the grenade. This is basically how things go. They just gradually come in, and I did not realize how long it takes for the freaking civilians to just get their asses over here. It takes them forever. And yeah, Engineer really did not want him to set up turrets. He's so near death. There he goes. Just enough grenades. Takes a lot of guys. You have to kill a lot of guys before the engineer, or rather the civilians, come down here and hop in the shuttle. And I never realized that before. I've never just waited here and just kind of survived. Normally, I gradually kill enemies just back where the civilians are and kind of just stay in the houses and whatever, and it seems to go faster that way. I don't know, maybe it's just psychology. But I wouldn't do this again. It takes too long. They all have high ground. It's very difficult to get to the ammo box that's up. Just where I'm aiming right now, it's to the left of that. Up there. It also allows these engineers to come in and create turrets on this high ground as well, which is annoying. And it's hard to hit them because there's always something in the way. And this is where things become a problem. When they start using grenades, that's when things get challenging. Because just going over here, and there's a guy right there. I think you just avoided my throw. And you just have this tiny little box to hide behind if you want to get a good view of everybody and still keep a distance to the point that you can retreat easily. My party members are positioned pretty well, though. I feel like Edie should have been somewhere else, though she does have a good view of that upper left side. I don't know. I will eventually be moving, finally. Pretty soon, I think. Maybe even right now? Yep. So I get tired of that position. It's too exposed to grenade fire, and they're flanking me in an annoying spot. Didn't realize this guy was here, though. Still not totally sure where they all spawn, either. Easy to lose track of them. And how did you... Ow. Go away. And the ammo box is right behind me. I actually went up here to get ammo. That's why I came here, but I just can't get it. There's too many guys. And then there was a grenade, and once the grenade came, I decided I just needed to get out of there. So I'm out of ammo. That makes things even worse. Once they have control of the high ground, and you know, it's just logic. I mean, once they have control of the high ground, they have control of the area. Alright, let's speed things up. This is taking too long. Normally, when I need to speed things up just to keep it interesting and whatever, I usually will just redo the fight, because that means it's not compelling enough. But I've never shown this strategy before. I really wanted to show it. If you guys want to use it for whatever reason, if you're having trouble with other things. This is a relatively safe strategy, for the most part. They do have the high ground, which sucks, and whatever, but... I mean, where I am right now is a really, really safe spot. Through a grenade, I can easily just go over here. So it definitely has its flaws, but... if you want to just hunker down, especially if you have a different class, you know, a class that's better at dealing with enemies from longer ranges than I do, or just have a sniper rifle or whatever... it's a lot easier to just hold this spot. It's less dynamic, but it's safe for the most part. And that house I was just in, they actually spawn in there, which I did not realize. Alright guys, this is done. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and as always, have a good one.